I've taken one question from textbook, and the question says that if sine inverse minus 2 sine inverse x is equal to pi by 2, then we have to get the value of x. Now, in order to solve this, first thing that we do is, let's say, let I took x, I'm replacing x with sine theta. If I do so, this implies theta is equal to sine inverse x. I took x as sine theta. That implies theta is equal to sine inverse x. Then you see what happens if I replace this x. Wherever there is an x, I'm replacing x with sine theta. This is sine theta minus 2 sine inverse x. So the x would be replaced with sine theta. And that is equal to pi by 2. Now in the next part, what I'm going to do is to simplify sine inverse sine theta, which is theta. So that's what we'll get. We'll get sine inverse 1 minus sine theta minus 2. What I'm going to apply is simplifying this sine inverse into sine theta, which is equal to theta. And that is equal to pi by 2. Now, if I transpose this minus theta, 2 theta on the other side, what we'll get? We'll get this as sine inverse 1 minus sine theta is equal to pi by 2 plus 2 theta. As you know that this is minus 2 theta, on transposing it is positive 2 theta. Now I can simplify it further, and writing sine inverse on the left is sine on the right. So this has become. So this was actually, we have this sine inverse on the left hand side. Now on transposing, we write this as sine theta over here. Now, after that, I'm going to apply this identity. That is, what is sine pi by 2 plus theta, right? Sine pi by 2 plus theta is cos theta. That's what I'll do here, right? 1 minus sine theta is equal to cos 2 theta. Now you can check here that on your LHS you have sine, and on the RHS we have cos. So we can further apply this identity, that is cos 2 theta can be written as, in terms of sine, as 1 minus sine square theta. So I'll write this as 1 minus sine theta is equal to cos 2 theta is 1 minus sine square theta. Now further, as you can see that 1 and 1 will get cancelled. In the next step, you can cancel minus and minus. On further simplification, let's see what we are getting on simplifying it further. I can rearrange them and write this as sine square theta minus sine theta is equal to 0. So if I take sine theta as common, I'll get 1 minus, sorry, I will get, there was something we missed. Yeah, that's what I missed 2 here, right? So this is 2 sine square theta. So if I take 2 sine theta common, I'll get 2 sine theta minus 1 is equal to 0. Equating this with 0, we'll get sine theta is equal to 0. Or equating this with 0, I can say sine theta is 1 over 2. Clearly, sine theta is here x, so we can say x is equal to 0, or we can say x is equal to half. But then we need to validate, are both the values of x satisfied by this equation given over here or not. So one by one, I'm going to replace x with 0 and check the validity of the answer we got. So I'm writing sine inverse 1 minus, here this x is replaced with 0. I'm going to replace this x everywhere x. I'm replacing this with 0. So this is, in the first case, it is 1 minus 0 minus 2 sine inverse 0. Now this is sine inverse 1 minus 0 is 1 minus 2 sine inverse 0. As you should know, sine inverse 0 is 0 and sine inverse 1 is pi by 2. So it's pi by 2 minus 2 into 0 is 0 and that is equal to pi by 2. This we got as pi by 2. So clearly x is equal to 0. Validate the equation. Now for the other part, that means we need to figure out whether half x is equal to half is true for the solution or not. So let me erase a part of it and I'm going to solve or check the value of x is equal to half, whether it's a true or not. Now for x is equal to half, if I place it on this equation, in the first part we are getting sine inverse, this is 1 minus x, which is half in this case, minus 2 sine inverse x again, so it's half. That's on the LHS. So this is sine inverse 1 minus half is half minus 2 sine inverse half, and sine inverse half is 30 degree, right? That is pi by 6. This is can be reduced as pi by 3. Sine inverse half here once again can be written as pi by 6 minus pi by 3, which is equal to pi by. Clearly, this is not equal to pi by 2 because we were just justifying whether we are getting this is equal to the RHS, right? So pi by 6 minus pi by 3 is not equal to pi by 2. So we'll therefore discard this value. And therefore, the final answer for this is x equal to 0.